What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to round number 6 here on the PS4 for Apex Online Racing. We're here at the German Grand Prix this time. Now, I want to explain something. As you would all know, there's been no video from last round at Britain, round number 5. That is honestly because I made a total cock up on my end and didn't hit record for the damn race. So, yeah, my bad on that one. So I got footage from qualifying, I just got absolutely nothing from the race. So live stream's the only way you can find out what happened. Unfortunately, our winning streak was ended in rather controversial fashion, to say the least. But we'll try and bounce back here at Germany and maybe see if we can get another W in the win column. So anyway, if you guys are enjoying, as always, remember to leave a like, subscribe to stay tuned for plenty more, and stay tuned for the rest of the season. 4 rounds left, obviously, a shortened season due to the early release date of 2019. And I've got to say, I've seen the trailers and I can't wait to jump in those F2 cars and even the F1 cars in general. Looks like a lot of fun. But anyway, here we are now for qualifying here at the Hockenheim Ring. Dry qualifying and dry race. A bit overcast here in
complete.
quali, that's for sure. So we're going to go out on medium tyres for a little bit. So I should explain at this point, Darren is not attending this race, so it is only myself and Pete out of the top 3 that are attending this race. So at the moment it's a 24-point lead, I believe, in the championship between myself and Darren. I don't know what it is between myself and Pete, actually. I should have double checked that, but I didn't, so there you go. But anyway, there's fast forward now. I've done about 4 or 5 laps on the medium tyres, come up to the line now, and a fairly decent time puts us P2 on the medium tyres. I was thinking of going again and we invalidate, and we haven't got enough fuel anyway, so it wouldn't have happened. Down to P3 because I believe that's Andre improved to position number 3, a newcomer for this race. So obviously GG's to him for you know, trying the alternate strategy along with Badass as well, I think it is. But anyway, here we are now on the soft compound lap. I'll give you guys a running commentary of this lap best I can. Alright, max fuel mixture overtake mode, and here we go. 6th gear through the first corner, bit cautious. I wanted to make sure I got this lap allowed. 7th gear brake just before the 100-metre board, get the nose turned in, clip the apex fairly nicely. Hard on the gas, up into overtake mode, purple to the first sector, so that's what you want to be seeing. As we now fly down this very, very long back straight, 332 kilometres now, hard on the brakes at the 100-metre board. Missed the apex at the hairpin by just probably half a tyre width, but that's just time you can't give away, so a little bit of a scruffy lap can definitely improve. Brake at the 100-metre board, this time get the nose turned in, clip that apex just about. So it's been an alright lap, a couple of mistakes here and there. As we now come into the stadium section, as you can see we're no longer purple, so we've got to try and nail this final sector. We get through there fairly decently, we don't do a Sebastian Vettel, but anyway, as we now come through to the final 2 corners, use up all the racetrack, open the DRS flat out overtake mode to the line, and we go position 2 on a 111.6, I believe that is. So pretty decent, and as you can see, fast forward to the end of qualifying, and I believe we do actually get pipped for P2 by, of course, one and only Pete. So yeah, well done. But P3 on the grid, it certainly isn't a bad place to be. We're on the second row, so we can definitely make something happen from there. So without further ado, let's get into the race.
Lots of cars on track, easy into the first corner. It's going to be tight.
Alright, and here we are on the grid of the German Grand Prix, starting position number 3. Just off to the right, our good rival Pete, and just in front is Badass in the Force India. Pretty bog standard one stop. I think that's what a lot of us were doing, apart from Badass and Andre, I believe, who's in 4th, I believe, in the Williams. I thought that was well, can't get the sentence out.
Let's get the
try
car
again.
Up to temperature on
Thought
this
he was
lap.
in the Mercedes
We're learning the
originally, but he's
gears,
actually
so
in
go
the
through them all
Williams,
if
so
you
I
can.
don't know what I was looking at, but anyway. So off we go on the formation lap. Now at this point, I just wanted to make sure I could run with Pete if I could. If I couldn't get past, that was the main goal at the start, was to try and gain control of the race as early as I could and run the race how I wanted to run it, which I think worked out pretty well. But anyway, as we now cut to the end of the formation lap and the game takes control and we drive into Pete. So yeah, thankfully that wasn't an omen for in the race and we didn't actually crash. But yeah, that's exactly what you want. You want to drive through your opponent when you're coming up the grid. So yep, perfect start. But anyway, reforming on the grid now
The
for
rest of
round
the
number
grid is
6.
forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Excuse me, I'm actually a little bit tired at point of recording this, but you know, contrast right behind us in P5. I definitely know he'll be a threat if the opportunity arises as we come to 5 red lights here at Hockedon for round number 6 of Apex Online Racing. Away we go. Again, pretty decent start. We're right up alongside Pete. Couldn't quite squeeze through like we did in China, squeeze through the middle. And apparently we get a warning for a collision with Pete there as we run off the circuit a little bit. And again, Pete squeezes right to the outside of the racetrack. Definitely not wanting myself to get through. And as you can see, Badass has already completely disappeared, pretty much already a second up the road. We've got Andre right behind us as well, so definitely a bit surprised to see him there. We broke really late. Badass, I think, outbraked himself a little bit as well. And we get up into position 2, but more importantly, ahead of our championship rival Pete in the Mercedes. But we break a little bit late. We break a lot late actually. And he sneaks under us now. Is he going to try and go for the undercut? I think so. But thankfully we managed to get a good enough run to the point where he couldn't make that work.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
So, running order I believe at this stage. Badass provisional leader, myself second, Pete in 3rd. I believe Contrast is actually in 4th. Andre I believe might be 5th. That is a really lazy and stupid track extend right there. I don't know what the hell I was doing there, but anyway. As we now fast forward to the end of lap number 2, on the lap number 3, Badass goes purple,
That was the
but
fastest
then
lap of the
we
race.
better him
Keep this
on a
up.
15.2. DRS is now enabled. We've got Pete ever so slightly, probably 3/4 of a second, 7/8 tenths. So things were pretty what's the word? Constant for the second lap. Nothing changed between us top 3. But here we go now. DRS overtake mode on the Force India on those ultra soft tyres. We should have to absolutely be dying by now. And do we get it stopped for the hairpin? Yes, we do. And that is the lead, and a little bit of contact between the Mercedes and the Force India there. Pete is a little bit sideways, but manages to hang onto the car, so no harm done. And I believe that Badass maintains P3. Yes, he does. So, and again another just lazy track extends at the start of this race. I don't know what is going on, but anyway, as we come on to the start of lap number 5, we're about a second ahead, and
Been
that
awarded a time penalty for that
is
last
already
incident.
a 3-second time penalty with 30 laps left in the race. That is not what you want to be doing at this stage in the race, but it is just so easy to do. And anyway, we move on now another 3-4 laps onto lap 8, and Pete has finally decided that he wants to have a crack. And we brake really late, but we brake too late and Pete manages to squeak up the inside. He gives us a bit of a squeeze, and again a second warning for a collision with Pete apparently. But we try and fire back down the inside, and we use up all the racetrack, not really giving him a lot of room. As you would hear from the live stream if you guys tuned into that, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. I believe there probably was a bit of tension between us two at this point in time after what happened, because it was us two that come together in Britain, which allowed Darren to take the win. I'll leave a link to the live stream for round number 5 down in the description below as well if you guys want to check that one out. But that was it in terms of the battling between us two for the first stint. We're now going to fast forward half a dozen or so laps on the lap 14. Pete, I think, pitted on lap 12, and we are now going to come in on lap number 14. Slow down for the marks, not as late as what we could have been, but good enough. We didn't speed, so no harm done. We don't have to stop and sit there for 5, 10, half a day, however long we normally have to. What do you listen stop from the Sailor boys again, as we've got LJV and Pete coming
stay clear
around
of
the
the white
first
line
corner.
on the
There
exit.
goes the Haas,
Receive a penalty for
and more
dangerous driving
importantly
if
here
you cross
comes
over into the
Pete,
track.
and we've just managed to get out in front of him, but his medium tyres are up. The temperature as a stone cold, we've got no grip, and he just turns straight back under us. But as you can see, we actually get DRS, and I don't know if that was from LJB, but yeah, we actually get DRS, and that allows us to go back up the inside of the Mercedes driver. And do we get it stopped for the hairpin? Just barely. Pete tries to get back under us, but I think he actually got a little bit of oversteer right there, which really did not help him out and allowed us to maintain second position. But again, tyres are still not up to temperature. We've got no grip, no traction, no purchase at all. And Pete is all over us. Is he going to? No, he doesn't quite go for the move in there, but he's right on us coming into the stadium section, and he goes for a lunge up the inside. I was not expecting a move into that corner, but he managed to slice it down the inside and he got it stopped. LJB now pulls into the pits after 15 laps on soft tyres, so I don't know how the hell he managed that.
Okay, you're in his dirty air. Get past him.
But more importantly now, as the tyres are pretty much starting to come up to temperature, we are still within the DRS. Fast forward now onto the beginning of lap 16. Tyres are now fully up to temperature. We've got a fair bit of fuel, fair bit of ARS, so now we're going to see if we can use it. Overtake mode is engaged on Pete. We've left it in standard mixture, which I probably should have put up to reach, but anyway. We try to go around the outside. We can try for the over and under, but he just parks the silver arrow smack bang on the apex, so great defending from Pete there. As we now come into in front of the Mercedes grandstands, I believe, so they'll be happy to see a silver arrow leading the race. As we try to go round the outside this way, and which we try to go too wide, and no, we decide to let Pete back in front through there, because if we run side by side through there, I think we were just going to go in the gravel. There's no way you can get two cars through there. But anyway, excuse me. But as we come around now, we're still within the DRS, everything's still good. We've got a massive gap to contrast behind. I know it says Dynamite is in third, but he's actually yet to stop, and he just peels into the pits now, which releases contrast, who is over 10 seconds adrift. So yeah, myself and Pete, once we kind of got into a rhythm and we started to gap everyone, that was the end. It was a 1v1 pretty much for us too. But anyway, we decided to save a little bit of fuel, save a bit of ERS on this lap to have an attack again, maybe in a lap or two. So we'll move on now to lap 18. So fast forward literally about
Gap
70
to
seconds.
teammate behind
so,
is
yeah.
34.2
anyway,
seconds.
We're now right up behind the Mercedes driver. This time we reach mixture, overtake mode is engaged, DRS open, and we go past the Mercedes driver. Now can we get it stopped, because we know he's a demon under brakes, but he doesn't go for it, and there you go. We move into the lead here at Hockenheim. Pretty good move, I was happy with that. So Now it was a case that try to break the DRS if I could, try and get out of that 1 second window. We weren't quite able to do it, unfortunately. As you can see, we're going purple. I was wringing the neck out of this Salva, but I just couldn't quite make it work. But we move on now about 7 laps later onto lap 25. Pete now tries to come back at us again for the first time in quite a while, but we managed to defend pretty well, and there was no way through for a Mercedes driver on that particular occasion. So at this point, things were pretty stalemate between us top two. You had Contrast behind us, but he was in no range of being a threat, even if we made the odd mistake here or there. Fast forward on to next lap 26, and we come up to lap Elton in the Red Bull. Now, as you can see, he's actually given us DRS, and we're about 7/10 ahead of Pete. So I'm thinking at this stage, this is the perfect chance to try break away. A little bit of a mistake into a hairpin, but now it's go time. Now I realise if there was ever a time we were going to break away, ever a time that we were going to drive away and secure this win, it was now. So as you can see, rich fuel mixture, high on the ERS, deployment now up into overtake. We are going absolutely hell for the leather to try and get as far away as possible, and as you can see, the gap is 1 second. We are about 0.002 of a second safe, and at this point I was just throwing it around and hoping it worked, because I really wanted to get out of DRS, and as you can see there, looking back, I feel like we've done it fastest lap of the race,
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
1.1 seconds is the gap, and from this point on, the gap only got bigger and bigger. We only drove away more and more, and the gap now is just over 4 seconds as we cut on to the final lap of the race. Great battling with the Mercedes throughout the whole race, really enjoyed it.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes. We come around the final corner now for 5 wins out of 6. Grazie ragazzi, get in there. So there you have it, guys. That has been round number 6 here at the German Grand Prix. That didn't come out the way I had it planned, but anyway. If you guys enjoyed, remember, leave a like, subscribe as always to stay tuned for plenty more. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.